Casual Leaves. Firstly, thank you so much for joining me and watching this video and choosing to be part of my journey with my plants. And today I'm here for two very important tasks on two of my best plants right now in the collection who are really thriving, who are really doing great, but they now need something to be done to them so that they continue to do so well. So the first one is my Monstera. We are going to be looking at my Monstera Deliciosa, which needs an urgent repot, and I'll come to why we need it in a bit. And the second thing I want to do is take care of my Variegated Syngonium, because I need to show you what's going on here. Lot of roots, aerial roots. Let me actually switch the cam. So it has outgrown my moss pole by almost more than twice the height of it, and it's been doing so well. I covered it at my favorite plant videos of September, my top 5 favorite plants, and it's been growing a lot. There's a new leaf on the way here, and there have been a ton of aerial roots. Just look at those. Look at these roots here. They are really healthy right now, and they are so developed on their own that I think I should either cut it off, chop it off, or maybe extend the moss pole. Look at this leaf root here. It's inserted, gone way inside, and I want to show it on the other side as well. If you can see here, the root has completely gone inside. It's gone somewhere deep inside, even here on the second node on this side. So I don't think I can extend the moss pole at this point in time. Like, I don't want to disturb the roots so much that I should remove them from this pole and put a longer pole, which I do have. Rather, initially, actually, I was thinking I should do some air layering, which is to put some moss around here and let the roots develop further, and then I could chop it off. So then, this would become my next plant from like a baby plant from the mother plant. But I'm thinking I might as well just chop it off here and plant this as a new one. So we're gonna come to that in a bit. Now coming back to my Monstera Deliciosa, I have ordered this cocoa coir block, which I will be using as the substrate for repotting my plant. So I'm just gonna figure out how to go about this. I'm just gonna open it up, and I understand that I won't be using the whole block right now. Of course, I'm just gonna remove a bit of it, as much as I require for today, just by approximation. There's no real way to measure it. So I'm using this glass bowl I have. You could use a bucket or any other container. I'm just gonna use this, and I'm just gonna take the cocoa coir and just spread it inside. And now I'm just gonna add some water. There's no measurement for this, but I'm just gonna bring it to the level, and I understand the cocoa coir is gonna start expanding, which is what we can see here. As it starts absorbing the water, it takes more volume. So this is how it's looking. The water is mostly absorbed to the level, and I'm just gonna let it sit in the remaining water left here for about 15 to 20 minutes, and in the meantime I'm just gonna have my cup of tea. Okay, so I'm back and this has been soaking for about 15 minutes, and I think a lot of the water has been soaked up. Of course, there's some left, but a lot of it has been soaked up and it looks nice now for me to use it into my repotting. So let's start with that. So this is the newest leaf which is actually unfurled this morning. It actually unfurled this morning, and this is the third new leaf which has come in my care. This was the first one which I've been so proudly showing every single time. Then this was the second one, and now this is the third one, and you can clearly see that the leaf size has gone down, and I'll be okay with that, but the fenestrations have gone down. So this one was nice, it has the perfect shape. This one was okay too, it had one less fenestration, but this one has only 3 fenestrations. So while this leaf was coming out, I was hoping it's going to be a really nice big leaf, but it's not. And I think the reason for that is that it's root bound and it's not probably getting enough nutrients, and that's what I have understood from my research. And I just want to take a moment to show the roots here. Look at that root. So it's been pushing out this big aerial root. There's one here, and there are few inside which I can see, and I know that probably it's not getting all the nutrients to give me bigger leaves. And even this leaf now is of course pushing out, it's on its way to start developing a new leaf. So I don't want to wait more, I just want to repot it so that I can make sure that the leaf sizes don't start dropping. So I'll just show you a close-up of the plant. Now, since the time I got this plant, it was actually in just coco peat, which you can see here. It's actually just in pure coco peat. There's nothing else, is what I understand, mixed in here. And all these roots are really going wild, which is such a good sign also. But yeah, I just want to report it, and we'll check it out how healthy it is on the inside. And I have some coco peat which I'm gonna use to fill up the space in this pot. So this is a cover pot, and I'm not gonna make this my final pot. Yeah. So now before I can convert this cover pot into the main pot, I need to make some drainage holes in it, for which I'm just going to use a pointy screwdriver, and I'm just going to make a couple of holes. Just like that. I'm going to make a couple of more. Okay, so I've gone and I've heated up my screwdriver, and that just made it very easy to make these holes. I've made about 10 holes, I think 9. I've made some holes in this, and now we're ready to repot it. So I'm just gonna remove this other pot which was on top of the pot I got from the nursery because it was cracked. I had put another one, and oh my goodness, look at what's happening here. All the roots have come down out of this pot. So it was definitely a good time to repot it. Just look how healthy these roots are. I usually don't get such healthy roots on my plants. These white, thick roots, which are of course the main feature of Monstera. Wow, the roots are just crazy in here. Oh God. So this was already cracked open, and that's why I was trying to do this, but wow, okay, I don't know how to do this honestly. I don't know how to get it out. Just gonna try and use some shears. Okay, here we are. Wow. This is just so crazy. I think this is like the craziest root situation I have. Let me try and get a better angle. So moving on to my variegated syngonium, while my repotting has been done and I'll show you the results a bit later, I want to start with the syngonium. I am trying to make out which would be the right place for me to chop off the plant, considering there are many nodes. Also, they are at a bit of a distance and they have roots. So I'm just trying to figure out what would be the right place to cut it. And eventually I think I am now deciding to try and remove the roots and just replace the moss pole and put a longer moss pole. Here we are. I have finished repotting my Monstera Deliciosa, and in the process I think I have damaged the new leaf a bit. I don't know, suddenly it started curling back in. I think the little fenerations at the corner have broken out, but that's okay. I have managed to repot it and it looks fine. And the good thing about my variegated syngonium is that I have just been finally able to just replace the moss pole. I decided not to chop it up because I wasn't confident. There were too many nodes and too long spaces between the nodes, and while the roots were okay, I thought they may not thrive. It needs more stronger roots, so maybe air layering at some point is maybe required. So I was able to remove those roots which were deeply stuck earlier, and I have just replaced the moss pole with one which is taller than the earlier one. The plant is still going above it, so it doesn't maybe make a difference, but for now at least it has some support. And I think I'm gonna attempt air layering for next time once I have the supplies for it. And it does need a repot soon because the roots have come here in the self-watering pot. So that was it. That's what we have done today. To be honest, these were really big tasks. Big plants are so difficult to handle, and it takes time. The care takes time, and it takes a lot of decision making, which is not everyone's favorite trait because it's so tough to decide what pot size to go for, whether to chop off a plant or not. And I think I couldn't do that today for some reason, though I was so sure I want to do it, but I was afraid because the plants are doing well and I don't want to shock them too much. But this is something I need to learn as well. so which I'll do later. My pot here turned out to be smaller for the repotting, but I went ahead anyway with it. So I guess maybe in 2 months time I'll do it again in a better way. And same with my Syngonium. I think I'm going to try a moss pole, which is I want those thickly moss poles which are so popular and famous, which do so much better, and they have a lot of sphagnum moss in it. I want to try those. This is a core moss pole, so that's why I think I decided that I don't want to trouble the plant so much, and I'll let it be. Though of course it would have felt disturbed, but that's okay. So yeah, that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching it till the end, if you did. And if you did, do drop an emoji of plant, or just like the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.